Ribbit. Even though I didn't have a guide armor or a map, I had an idea. I would ask my friends for my previous trips to the Kingdom of Fantasy to help me. First, I looked up for Chatterclaw, who was at the port swimming with his family. He waved excitedly. I'm so whatchamakely happy to see you, he cried. Then he whispered, I hate to tell you, but Lassie, I mean the Queen, has forbidden me to come with you. I want to give you a thingamajig. I think I will. He remarked in a show and offered me a compass. And I left Chatterclaws. I found some of my other old friends. I hope they might be able to accompany me. But they were all also forbidden. Still, each one gave me something special. Bulls gave me some candy. Factory gave me berry juice. Wool gave me a supply of scrolls. And Honor gave me a bottle of ink. Lastly, I decided to ask Scribberupto, my frog friend from the last trip to the kingdom. His house looked like a water fifty and floated in the center of a pond. When I hit the doorbell, it croaked out, Ribbit. The door opened, and Scribberupto peeked out. Hi, old friend. How are you? I was wondering, I began. Then he out and grabbed me by the tie. Huh? I knew the frog like fashion, but did he have to steal my favorite tie? Before I could process, he hung me aside. I can help you, but we must be careful, he croaked. Then he gave me a warm hug, and he walked around the frog's house. I had a view of croaky marsh and a bed shaped like a lily pad. On the walls were pictures of Scribberupto's ancestors. There was even a picture of Grandma Waddy. First and foremost, we must have a snack, Scribberupto insisted, bustling around his kitchen. A minute later, he had whipped up a fly and gannet sandwich, and Sidger filled with smoothies. Try this night, he said. I shook my head, trying not to gag. Sue yourself, the frog croaked, chomping away. Yuck. Am I actually here to ask if you can help me find the sweet dreams cradle? I explained. Scribberupto croaked. The Queen has forbidden me to come with you, Sir Geronimo. But I have something that will help you. He pulled out an enormous book. Do you remember when I told you I wanted to write the guide to the Kingdom of Fantasy? I titled it The Legendary Frog Library. Frog Lily Pet Bed. Saltwater Spring Bed. Blue Bog Body Wash. Sludgy Swamp Smoothie. Scribbler-Hop-Toad's Office. Lily Pad Kitchen Stools. Fly Drool. Gannet Soup. Candied Worms. Here's the Legendarium. Wow. Scribbler-Hop-Toad's house. Meet Scarlet Hopper. Have another surprise, Scribbler-Hop-Toad continued and knocked on the little door. Sweetheart, the night is here, he called. The door opened and a young and fantastic frog with green skin and flaming red hair came out. She was wearing a fancy red crown with walls of lace and a gold crown on her head. She smiled at me and croaked, "Do you recognize me?" I stared at her, confused. Something about the frog seemed familiar, but I just couldn't place my upon it. She lit up a scarlet feather and winked. I guessed it was a feather from the Phoenix of Destiny. The scarlet hopper twirled in a circle and sang, "Red feather upon the world, turn me into a flaming bird." Red feather upon the world, turn me into a flaming bird. Scarlet Hopper's secret. Scarlet Hopper, Scribbler-Hop-Toad's daughter, is a frog, but she can transform into a phoenix. She met Sir Geronimo of Stilton on her first trip of the Kingdom of Fantasy when he helped her to flee from the Queen on the witches. Phoenixes are mysterious birds with fiery red feathers. They're symbols of importance because they never die. Every 500 years, they are reborn and begin a new life. Phoenix feathers fire red. Phoenixes eat incense and perfumed herbs. Phoenixes sing with a melodious voice. Ah, yes, it was all coming back to me. On the first journey of the Kingdom of Fantasy, Scribbler-Hop-Toad had told me a secret. Her daughter had been transformed into a red phoenix. Mimi, Scribbler-Hop-Toad Knight. She's my darling daughter, explained Scribbler-Hop-Toad. We managed to break part of the spell that turned her into a phoenix. So now she can also be a frog sometimes. For the years, Scarlet has been flying all over the Kingdom of Fantasy and reporting back to me. Thanks to her, I was able to write out all the mysterious places in the Kingdom Legendarium. I wrote the book when one of Scarlet's magical feathers on the paper made from rare flower petals. Scribbler held up the heavy book proudly. This is my precious Legendarium. I'm telling you, I may just save your life, but please don't lose it. It's my only copy. Cheese niblets. The legendarium is legendary. For years, I dreamed of writing a book, and I finally wrote it. I worked day and night, gathering information and makes of unknown places for those who want to travel in the kingdom of fantasy. My daughter described the mysterious places she visited as she flew every corner of the hall. Finally, I am a real author. I used rare flower petals to make the paper for the book. I used a magical red fox feather to write every word. The not-so-great neighborhood. Not-so-great neighborhood. I thanked Scribble for the legendary information, and it was great. The only thing that was not so great, the book weighed a ton. I packed it so it broke my tail lifting it. Besides the book, the frog, and fenced, I needed some other supplies. We will find them in the shop that belongs to the cousin of uncle, the wife of son, and the girlfriend of the barber of my aunt Croaky Plumber. It's called Scarfer's Stilly Stuff, and it's not so great a neighborhood. At the edge of the enchanted city, he explained. We left in the cold night air. As we walked, I walked around. Squeak! What a nasty place! My whiskers trembled with fright. There was mean-eyed wolves sniffing at me hungrily. There was foxes with scar fever glaring at me suspiciously. There were owls who hooted gloomily, giving me chills. There were creepy gnomes carrying mushrooms and looked deadly. There were fairies who looked like witches, ducking down in dark alleys. There were bug-eyed bats, making faces at everyone passing by. There were hidden werewolves howling fiercely. There were ghost knights challenging each other to deadly duels. I challenge you to duel. In guard. Squeak. Careful, knight. This is a dangerous area. Screech. Grr. Roar. Hoo hoo. Hum-de-hum. Ha ha ha. Erp. Solution on page 576. How many bats are hiding in this neighborhood? After about 10,579 years. Okay, maybe just an hour or two. We arrived at the spooky shop with the bars on the windows. The sign read Scarful's Steadily Stuff. Scribble pushed me forward with my heart pounding. When I went through the door, pounding. What do you expect? The inside of the store was dimly lit. It was packed with tons of almost old stuff. Kind of old stuff are really old stuff. I saw scrolls that were grown yellow over the time, boats and bottles, chipped plates, frameless painting, frills, clothes, and lots of other junk. A day rodent was dark fur approached us. He had a scar on his right cheek and a black patch over one eye. He wore a sailor's coat and a stained puffy shirt. He has a scarf. Welcome to my store, Mister. What is your name? He said the rat. Scribble hoped forward, placing a bag of coins in the carrot. Scar, we are here on a private matter. No names to understand. Correct. How many ships and bottles are in the Carrefour store? Carrefour quickly snatched the coins. Certainly, he agreed. What can I do for him? First, we need some armor for the mouse. Scarf began. Carrefour brought us to the secret room and showed some golden armor. Valuable as a glance. There was just a tin that had been spray painted gold. Then we grumbled into disappointment. But Scar snorted. What do you expect at the price? Scribble sighed. Well, okay. But I also need a bodyguard to accompany the mouse all the way to Munchie Valley. Scarf's eyes opened wide. Well, at least his one eye flew open. I couldn't tell about the other one since he was wearing the patch. Now I understand why you are being so mysterious, Froggy. I'm guessing your friend her might be just tonight who the queen called to. He stopped menacing when Scribble shot him a look. Gotcha, Greenie. Mum's the word, and don't worry. I've just got the bodyguard for you. With that, he turned around the back of the shop street. Teeny snapped. Get your tail out of here. An enormous rat with a telescope around his neck arrived from the back room. He was chewing on what looked like a piece of taffy. And more candy spilled out of his pockets. He was so big, he smashed his head on the door frame. Arg, he whined. Seriously, you hit your head again? Scarfer snorted. Then he turned to us. Meet my nephew, Teeny. He'll be the mouse's bodyguard to Munchie Valley. Teeny blinked. Huh? Munchie Valley? But Uncle, that place is dangerous, he complained. But he felt muscles. He felt my muscles. This mouse is punny, he added. Of course he's punny. That's why he needs a new bodyguard. Let's go for a street. I put the armor and made it the cheap thing. It felt well like it was made of a cheap tin. Where can you find a good suit of armor these days? Don't worry, Teeny. We'll bring you back dead or alive. Scarfer assured me. My knees rattled with fright. I prefer alive, I squeaked. Of course, the rail replied. But if you croak, I've even got a beauty oak coffin in my wank. I tried to squeak a response, but instead I fainted. Frog tears. When I came to Scarfer, yelling and scribble up to her, Frog, don't you think we're done yet? The money you gave me isn't enough to pay your bill. Sugar Hoptail explained that the gold he had used to his entire life savings. Cry me a river. Red scoffed. He pointed to Scribblehopto's beauty red jacket with the gold buttons. If you give me that coat, I'll settle that bill, he promised. At first, I thought Scribblehopto was going to harpoon, but then he removed the jacket. Tears sprang to his eyes. I remembered that he had once told me that the jacket has been in his family for generations. It's okay, Nick, he croaked. Everything will be fine, maybe. And you will come back on my dead. Or maybe with just a chopped off tail or ear or paw. Or just think about the scary adventure ahead made me want to find the nearest dragon and fly on out there. But before I moved, Scribblehopto wrapped me in a slimy head. What could I do? He thanked for being a true friend, and I told him I was sorry about the cut. It's okay, Frost sniffed. But what if I tell the waterworks we're off to tell the waterworks they are about to start again? The jacket was inherited with my great-great-grandfather. The red silk came from the islands on the secret worms and in the situation with the golden needle by ancestor, the tail Scribblehopto. When Scribblehopto went in the dark night, and I was left with the teeny to go in search of Sweet Dream's cradle, and was going to be a dangerous trip, and their night was freezing rats. I was feeling more terrified by the minute. Still, my memory of the scarfs my friend had made for me warmed my heart. True friendship warms your heart. The Sweet Dreams cried.